Okay, dude. All right, y'all. The day has come. We're gonna play Cyberse today. There's no way around it. Malice is here, and it looks like it is the best deck in the game at the moment, and it might very well be the best deck for the World Championship, so we are gonna have to learn it. You guys know I'm not the biggest Cyberse fan, all right? But I am excited for a little bit of a shakeup in Master Duel in general. I do think Master Duel has been basically Snake Eyes .exe for a while. The fact that no more Oak, no more Snake Eyes, and a lot less Tenpai than last year or previous month, I suppose, is going to be a good thing in Master Duel for a while. It was the same thing in the TCG, all right? In the TCG, I did not end up loving Malice, but it still was an improvement from Snake Eye format. Like the end of 2024/early 2025 with Malice in the game and Ryziel alongside it was still a lot better than I personally felt about Snake Eye Tenpai format. So even though Malice is not my favorite archetype, I do think it's a healthier archetype than Snake Eyes were, and so I still feel like we're moving in the right direction. And of course, I knew this was gonna happen eventually, so I'm not mad about it or anything. Like, I'm familiar with Malice from the TCG. I knew it was gonna happen in Master Duel eventually, and so here we are. So let's talk about the list real quick. Now, I think Bystials are an option in this deck as well. TB11 is probably bad. I do agree. I've played against Malice a lot, and I have obviously followed the trends in Malice. Like, I've seen what people were doing. I've seen what people were thinking about, and so on and so forth. Like, I understand a lot of these things, but I'm not like super deep into it at the moment. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like Droll and Lockbird should be played in this deck because it's very easy to self-droll to answer Maxi or Molcharmies, similar to Snake Eyes essentially. So I do think Droll and Lockbird is probably necessary in this deck. I think you should be playing 3 Chessie Cats with the full lineup of Malice monsters, just because it's a very high chance of being able to banish one, and it is a good it still is a Malice name, so I think that's good. I have 3 Fuvas right now because it feels like one of the few things that you can actually do to win in the mirror going second, even though there is combos under Fuva. But this could be a one of if you want to just play one for crossout. Nibiru is just a one of for crossout. I think we can't fit more. The stuff that I'm uncertain about: the number of Bystials we should play, the number of Allures we should play, because we could go down on Allures a little bit. We don't have to play 3. It is a nice card, but it's not like absolutely necessary. Because I do think I want this deck to be 40 cards. And then the other thing is Dominus Impulse, I think, should be played. I think Dominus Impulse is very strong in the format that I'm expecting. And then the last thing is the Malice trap cards, because when this deck came out, basically everyone was playing one of each trap. That was like normal. Then there was a trend where people started taking out TB11. Look, I'm hearing you guys. I understand that maybe playing TB11 is not necessary. However, as someone who has never really excessively played Malice, I am kind of tempted to start playing with one of each trap and then rather cut down as I go. Before, like, I don't really want to start playing without them because I'm not super familiar with all the lines, and I'm sure you have to get a little bit more techie and understand the lines better without those cards. So, like, I think there is a universe where you only play MTP07. I think both of these are technically cuttable because I've seen people do that. There was a YCS where Ryan Yu and some other people topped with just this in the main deck, and they sided the GWC just because it gains you life points and you can like side it for going first if there's like not that much time left in TCG. So maybe there's a world where you can even play without GWC, but maybe that also matters because of Ignister. Like you guys are saying, like that was after Ignister. Maybe you definitely play MTP07 because that's the best disruption on the opponent's turn. You probably play GWC, and you probably don't play TB11 in the long run, I think. However, as someone who isn't super familiar with Malice yet, I would rather start playing with one of each just to see how it feels. And if I develop the feeling that like, oh, we don't need to play this one, then I think it's okay to cut it. But yeah, I do want to get this down to 40 regardless, so we're gonna have to make some adjustments. I'm thinking about cutting the Bystials because they don't feel necessary in the mirror match, and I don't think this deck needs them. Well, let's start with this. Okay, so we get Impermed here. I think it's probably just make Link Decoder, Special March here, and then normal Fuva? They have more. Dude, do I just Appo now? Do I Appo and then banish the Red Ransom with Malice in Underground? Jesus. Banish Mirror. Oh yeah, I do Banish Mirror. That's even better. I forgot about... Oh, dude, we got Mirror too. Oh my lord. I'm thinking about adding White Rabbit, Red Ransom, Banish Chessy Cat. Dominus Impulse is pretty good on this. Okay, never mind. They don't have it. Do I Splash Mage now? Yeah, I Splash Mage. Oh. Don't know if it matters that I banish here, but... So I'm just doing random shit at this point. A lot of Malice cards. Do you never use this on your first turn? Because I feel like people did that and then they got it back somehow, but I forgot how. You reset it with Binder and then... Oh, and then you just... How do you get this then? Whatever. Bro, what are you banishing? White Binder with the beast. Okay. Effect. I might have too many cards if I banish all the stuff. Bro, what are you doing? Yeah, okay. DPT. Okay. This is not looking good. Board breakers are kind of good. Lava Golem or Kaiju? No, those are like the worst thing you can do against Malice. How so? Do you see their back row? Harpies is good. Guys, the thing with the Malice end board is that it is so layered and so like such good follow-up that like any strategy of break their board is not good. You have to stop that board from happening. Oh, hello. They didn't activate this. They already have the trap. One unknown card. By access code to just banish it. I think access code needs to be like later. I'm not gonna lie, that was a good game. Dude, I never just open a normal summon. Okay, Fuva is fine. Dude, I can draw so late with this hand as well. Thing is, I still always want to make the ransom somehow, but in this hand, I don't think it makes much sense. I think I'll just go White Binder here. Should I banish with White Binder? I can still get back the Chessy Cat. Is that maybe too weak into Nib? Because I could still do that later. Okay. They drew lands here off Fuva, I'm pretty sure. I'm not even sure this Terahertz is better than just Appo, but it was only going to be a 2 material Appo. yeah. What's the best deck to counter Malice other than Malice? That's the thing about decks like Malice and Snake Eyes. They don't really have a counter per se. This is good and bad news at the same time. Because, right, what is this? It's good and bad news at the same time because technically any deck can beat Malice. It's just that most decks are not favored against it because it is the strongest engine in the game. But like most decks have a chance against Malice. You know, Malice still plays by the standard quote unquote pattern of like, you know, it just has a bunch of non-engine and that's it. Like a lot combo decks that combo through Malice's hand traps beat it when it goes second. Okay, are they gonna go in? Looks like it. I do have Lanceas in my deck as well. Instead, I get another Ash Blossom. Rabbit as well. Okay, cool. That is not gonna help. Will Malice be legal for Worlds? As of now, I expect every single team to have Malice, yeah. I don't think there's a reason at the moment to not think that that's gonna be the case. Like, I think everyone is gonna have Malice. And that doesn't even change if they add Ryzeal. Like, even if Ryzeal comes out, then every team is gonna have Ryzeal and Malice. Battle phase is game, yeah, because I just haven't drawn anything. I drew the Impulse late. No Nib, no Lancea, no March Hare. And the Impulse too late. Oh, never mind. Will Emra play Malice or Quantal? Do you think we have that decided yet? Of course not. I think I'm dead regardless. Because I think the set is GWC. Unless it's not GWC, then I live. If it's TB11, I forgot what they said with White Rabbit. Impulse only saves me if it's not GWC. Yeah, no, I just die. Because I have to Impulse the Cryptor, and then like whatever this summons, I just die. This is gonna be so much fun, dude. But yeah, no, this deck is incredibly powerful. I haven't been playing it perfectly yet. I will say, when you play this deck yourself and you're like maneuvering through boards and you're setting up and stuff, it's fun to play this deck yourself. It's just that it's incredibly powerful and probably too powerful, and so playing against it does not feel great. This list is fine. You can start playing with this deck, but like the amount of Lanceas you want to play depends highly on how popular this deck is in the long run. At the moment, I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be incredibly popular. And the thing with Lancea is that even in some other matchups, it's not even that bad of a card. Like when you run into not the mirror match, there's still Called by the Grave and Crossout you can counter with Lancea sometimes. When you paired with Maxi or Fuva and they have Called by for it, like Lancea is still good. It still beats Crystron with Lancea, so I think Lancea is probably, unfortunately, a thing in Master Duel right now. I didn't feel very good about the Bystials. They're good extenders in this deck, but they are not very good against anything in Master Duel right now. Like, they're not good against the mirror match. They are not good against Crystron. They're good against Fiendsmith piles. That's basically it. Baldrake is probably better than Druis Worm, but for the most part, you can consider cutting the Bystials altogether. As far as the trap cards go, I liked having this in my deck today because it made it easier to play. I have heard from a lot of people that are very familiar with Malice that it's possible to play without this card because it technically is not the best draw. It helps you play through hand traps if you already have a play, but you don't have to play this maybe if you know the lines with the other two. But I am not familiar with all the lines without TB11, and it does help with the Appaloosa line, I think, and I liked that about it. But the less traps you have to play in this deck, the better, technically. Dominus Impulse, I think, is... I mean, mandatory is the wrong word for it, because the deck functions without Dominus Impulse, because it is just a non-engine card. But for the current Master Duel format, I see no reason not to play Dominus Impulse. It's very good against Malice. It's also very good against Tenpai, which I think was the second most popular deck we played against today. So like, I don't see a reason to take out Dominus Impulse. I think it's incredibly strong. Extra deck, I like the Terahertz package in this deck. The Lizard Dose was a neat option sometimes. Dark was neat in the mirror match. Everything else should be staple anyways, I think. Maybe the Firewall isn't. Like the flex spots, I guess, are Firewall, Dark, and Haggard Lizard Dose. Something like that. I'm not entirely sure if maybe IP Masquerena would be a nice compromise into Maxis and Fuvas sometimes. There's other options for this extra deck, like Nightmare Griffin, which I'm sure there's some lines that can use it, but then you can't go through Splash Mage. And I think when you have Appaloosa in the mix, you probably don't need Nightmare Griffin. There's some topologic Bomber Dragon lines for this deck, which is probably also fine to play. Ultimately, I think with Malice, it doesn't really matter what you end on, as long as you pull off the combo and have access to all of your Malice names. Basically, the Malice setup plus anything else is probably good enough to win. Like Malice plus Terahertz, Malice plus Bomber Dragon, Malice plus Appaloosa, Malice plus Firewall. Like it's all good enough, I think. Well, that was the first day of Malice and Master Duel. I am somewhat excited for a change up in the format because we are moving away from Snake Eye with this. At the same time, there's still a lot wrong with Malice in my opinion, but it is what it is.